is definitely in the building. You feel me? Nothing before the fam is the feeling. It's chillin', making the right connection, stacking money to the ceiling. Fuck 100.
What's going on, folks? It's K.Spade, the prospect, aka the Big Blue Chevy driver, and sometimes referred to as the YouTube MVP. And with this video, I wanted to jump out and give you guys my 2012 NBA Finals preview or predictions or whatnot. I tried to bring this video out about a week ago. I'm not sure what happened, but the video was crazy choppy. It was a lot of colors. And so I took it down pretty early. It was only up maybe 30 minutes, and I'm glad I pulled it down so quick because it gave me an opportunity to go back to the drawing board, make sure I had, my T's crossed and my I's dotted. So I'm back with this video a second time, or really a first time. But if you're watching the screen, you see the two teams I have in the finals. I got the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Miami Heat playing in the finals. And I hate on bringing this video out so late because at this point of the season, these two teams, it's kind of the popular opinion right now. And I hate that because I've been saying this for a long time, but it's my fault that I didn't put this video out earlier. Laughing at my luck. Only me would be trying to cap footage for this and Dwayne get hurt. But anyway, we're going to keep going. So I'm going to give you my actual predictions, who I think is going to win, how many games it's going to take and whatnot, but I'm saving that for the end of the video. So I'm going to entertain you guys in between now and then with some info on LeBron James as well as Russell Westbrook. These are two guys I want to speak on in this video because some of you guys are sports fanatics. You watch the games, you know the stats, you know everything about these players. But the vast majority of the so-called sport fans, these guys just wake up in the morning, watch Sports Center, watch some YouTube highlights, and then they go to school or work and they talk as though they really know what's going on, and they don't. And that's dangerous because you got haters like Skip Bayless out there filling your head with nonsense. So I got some facts here for you. Because at the end of the day, you got opinions, I got opinions, but the numbers are the only thing we really can go on, right? Okay, so let's go. The thing that I hear all the time that drives me crazy. Oh, LeBron's not clutch. LeBron's he can't close. LeBron won't give you the fourth quarter. LeBron can't win. LeBron. Yo, come on. Let's look at numbers, y'all. LeBron James came from high school, went straight to the pros, was drafted by the Cleveland Cavaliers. So hometown guy. Guy grew up in Ohio. Hey, all was well. He promised the organization, he says, I'm going to bring a ring to the Cavaliers. I'm not saying take that for nothing, but this was a 17 or 18-year-old kid who had never played one game in the NBA saying he was going to bring the team a ring. And did a pretty damn good job of trying. In the 7 years he was there, he accomplished a lot of things. He didn't get them a ring, but he did take them to the franchise's only finals appearance. They've only been there one time, and they went there on the back of LeBron James. Let me give you some more stats. The year he took them to the finals. In the conference finals, before he got to the big game, they played against the Detroit Pistons. Now this was big because the Detroit Pistons were not only the #1 seed that year, but the previous year they put the Heat out. I mean, not the Heat, I'm sorry, y'all, the Cavaliers. They put the Cavaliers out, right? So it was a rematch, and they were the #1 seed. They jumped out and got busted in the mouth. First two games, they took L's. In Game 5 of that series goes down in history being one of the greatest games, greatest playoff games in NBA history. So LeBron James scored 11 of the team's final 12 points of regulation to push it to overtime. They were losing. Fourth quarter, he balled out. He scored 11 of the last 12 to take them to overtime. He scored all of the team's points in the first overtime to force a second overtime, then scored all of the team's points in the second overtime to get them to win, and eventually to bring the team back from down 2 games to win that series against Detroit. Now the next series, he went on to the finals to play against the Spurs, and they lost. They got swept. And people said, oh man, LeBron just laid down. LeBron just quit. LeBron was the leading scorer for his team every night but one of those games. He had one really bad game. In Game 1, I think he only scored 14 or 15 points, and they lost. I mean, they lost every game, but He was scoring 24, 25, 30. He was going off. They just was losing. I mean, it was the Cavaliers. So you can still look around him and see the talent around him. He didn't really have the talent around him to compete with a young Tony Parker, Tim Duncan, Ginobili. I mean, they was loaded. I mean, granted, these guys are not big names, but they are all all-star caliber players in their prime. All right? So let's talk about this current season. In this current season, D-Wade has some injury issues. You know the Heat are 10-1 without D-Wade this year? Who's carrying the Heat, you want to know? LeBron. Let's talk about the finals last year. I said this in my last video. Everybody said, LeBron, man, he laid down in the finals. Did he have a good finals? Absolutely not. I can't sit here and say he did. What really beat the Heat was the 2-3 zone. And I was telling somebody the other day, the 2-3 zone is most, I mean, you see it most in college. LeBron didn't go to college. That's where a situation where I honestly feel like, now I'm getting into opinion mode here, but that's a situation where a coach would say, look, do this, attack. Every time the camera showed Spoelstra, he was just looking like, huh? Like, Spoelstra don't have a clue. I don't even know why this guy is a coach. But like I said, I'm going to try to stay off opinions and stay on facts, right? So I definitely want to throw this out there. So this year, LeBron, to me, is having an MVP caliber season. If Durant won MVP this year, I'm not mad about it at all. I would call that dunk chestnuts, but clearly was no nuts on chest. It was nuts on face. That's face nuts. If Kevin Durant won the MVP this year, I wouldn't be mad at all. The reason why I think if it was over right now, LeBron should win it is the fact that without D-Wade, he's showing that the Heat are just as good. The Heat have been just as dominant without D-Wade. Maybe Durant would be just as dominant without Westbrook. He probably would be better, to be honest with you, but we can't say because we haven't seen that. Westbrook's been there. All right, so at this point, I'm going to kind of shift gears and we're going to talk about Russell Westbrook. I like this guy. I like his aggression. He is one of the most aggressive players offensively in the game right now. I feel like that aggression sometimes hurts the Thunder because he is the point guard. The ball goes through his hands, and he is the guy with the ball. And sometimes it doesn't matter how hot Kevin Durant is. It doesn't matter how open Kevin Durant is. Russell Westbrook tells himself that he is going to shoot. And sometimes I feel like he gets in the way a little bit. He doesn't always shoot a great percentage. He doesn't shoot a horrible percentage, but for what it's worth, Durant shoots a better percentage. So in the last 10 games, Durant shooting 54% and Westbrook is shooting 46%. So Durant's almost shooting 10% better from the field than Westbrook, but Westbrook consistently takes more shots. I think that's going to be an issue. So here we are, about 8 minutes into the game, into the video. I'm going to go ahead and give you guys my complete final prediction. I got the Heat beating the Thunder in 6 games. What's weird though, I got the Thunder winning game 1. Don't ask me why. This is just what the Smoky Magic 8 Ball told me, right? So I got the Thunder winning game 1, and I got the Heat on a mad rally to pull it off in 6. I honestly feel like what's going to hurt the Thunder is Russell Westbrook. I like Russell Westbrook. I don't want the Westbrook fans, all angry with K.Spade. I like the guy, but sometimes he's too aggressive. Like he doesn't know when to be passive, right? That's just my opinion. So as this video draws to an end, you can definitely see at the end I just didn't quite have enough without D-Wade. I don't know. I could have played it over, but to be honest, I'd already played this game a couple of times, and I just didn't want to play it anymore. So I decided I would give you guys this footage. So since I'm about to lose this game, we'll say this is game 1. I already told you guys I felt like the Thunder would win game 1. But I want to say this before the video ends. I know every commentator is different. Some guys don't like this, but I like a friendly debate. I put quotations over friendly debate. I'm not going to argue with you. I don't have that kind of time. I would just block you and keep it moving. But if you got some stats or some opinions that you want to throw my way, I'm open to it. Fill up the comment section, and when I got time, I'll come back and we'll talk back and forth about it. I really want to hear you guys' opinion. But that's my opinions. There's also some actual facts that you can look up online as well if you don't believe me. And, I want people to get off LeBron's back. The dude is a really good player. He's not the most clutch player of all times. Nobody is other than Michael Jordan. And, I just want to see people get that dude a break. He's a pretty good player. I think he's the best player in the league right now. And that's all I got for this video. It's K.Spade the Prospect. I'm out. I'll catch you on the next one, y'all. Peace.
Rainmaker.